Good afternoon. Uh, Today is July the 2nd. My name is Patricia, and I am from New Brunswick, Canada. And so here I am today, and it's, I believe, about 27 or 28 degrees Celsius here today. It's very warm and humid, which we've been having a lot of that. And I think everywhere across our planet has been having quite different weather, I should say. And it has been a year. We had hardly any winter. We did have some snow, but not anything compared to what we would have had years ago. Anyway, I'm just trying to make sure my top is all right. And but I am sitting in the shade part of it on my deck, as you can see, and have my air conditioners on in the garage and in the house. Down in my garage, I have a lot of my vegetables and my canned goods, and I have shelves down there for that. And 3 freezers. I got to go through them and sort them out. And now I usually keep one for breads and things like that, and one for milk and vegetables. So I need to get through that and check on that and see how we're doing. I know we put up, let me just see if I can show you this, what my husband built yesterday. Let me see if I can change. There we go. He built that because that hummingbird feeder was getting wet and just filling up with fluid because of the type of it. So he built a little thing over top of it and stained it. And so that's what we've done there. Now that'll last for a few days. And this one here probably has enough for a day, possibly. So I've got to get some more prepared for that. And we normally have 3 or 4 coming around. So I'll get back here, and I went to the store today to see if we had any corn on the cob. They'll be in tomorrow, so I'll go pick up a couple of those. And I noticed my beans today have more blossoms on my beans. I just watered them lightly today where it was quite warm, and I'll leave that, and maybe we'll get a shower. I haven't checked the Weather Channel yet. I apologized for the video I put on yesterday. I didn't realize that my husband's phone didn't have sound on it, didn't have it turned on or something, which doesn't make sense. I don't have to turn mine on, it just automatically is there. So anyway, and the movement around, I guess because I was unsteady on my feet trying to go down to the path by the water and enjoy that, it was quite shaky. And so I apologize for that, but just, if you can, just look at the beautiful water, and you'll know what I mean about being a peaceful spot when there's nobody there. Sometimes people go down the water with kayaks, and I've been there before. My husband and I, last year, I guess we went there. My husband went to see if he could get some fish, and didn't get a bite, but he needs to go down there right now where the water's high, because the last time I think I went down to this spot, which is about 10, 12, 15 minutes away, he needs to go back there. There is more water since we've got some really heavy rainfall over the, I don't know whether it would be Saturday, Friday, but anyway, one of those days We got a really heavy rain for half an hour maybe, and kind of filled up the river up, which is wonderful. And I'm just wishing the government here would, the forestry area would clean that out a little bit, put in a picnic table and a few chairs for people to enjoy it there. We used to have one down further to a place that was called Burpee, and it had a dam, and we would jump off the dam, so the water was deeper there, but it was still just a stream, the Burpee stream or whatever. And we used to, across the road from that, there would be picnic tables and barbecues, like the bricked up barbecues. And now they don't have that anymore, which is sad that our government would take that away. And the same as you can't get down to this Burpee stream anymore. They've got it kind of blocked off from you going down in there and getting into the water, which is absolutely awful. I think, because as a teenager I really enjoyed my time there, and we would have great times together with our friends, and as teenagers and adults being there. Families would bring their children and you'd have picnics. Children could wade in the stream unless you went over to where the dam was. And now there's nothing there. And at this little river, there's no place to sit unless you brought your own chair. And it's just so much grass and weeds. And I mean, yes, there's a lot of beauty in that, with all the different colors and things like that. But again, it's just not having anything handy. I mean, I can go for a drive down to Grand Lake, where I would have to pay to go into the park area, and I might be able to find a spot to get down to the water on the beach there and just take a towel or something. But I don't want to just be in the sun. It'd be nice to be in a shaded spot as well, but be able to get put your feet into the water. Now, when my sister was living, I could go to her camp up in Coldstream, which is out back of Heartland, and she had her place right on the stream, so you just had to go down over the hill and get into the water and wade. Or I had an aunt, my dad's sisters on both sides, and their husbands on both sides of my sister's camp, so we couldn't use one. We always had one of them to stay in. But now that my sister's gone and my brother-in-law is living his own life, then there isn't much to not being able to go, or even feeling free to ask if you can, right? So again, I'm not sure what to do or how to come across with that. I guess unless he called me and said, Patricia, if you would like to use the camp, you're welcome to it. But he's never done that, and Edith's been gone 4 years in October 4th, I guess, of this year. So I don't think it's been 4 years, and he won't do it now. He's never done it since then, but I haven't asked either. But oh golly, I feel like there's bugs crawling, there's flies and bugs. But anyway, I do like to be near the water now. I believe we're going to possibly to go to Charlotte Beach, which is in Nova Scotia. And if you want, check out on Facebook, not on Facebook, but on Google, check out Charlotte Beach Provincial Park, and then there's cottages up above that, which people own. And possibly in August we might go down and stay a week. We'll have to see how much she'll charge. That's where we went last year for a week, looking after her dog. And her husband's now in a home, and she's like 88 or something like that. But she's going to go next week and spend a week, so we just need to come up with a date that we think that we'll be free from our garden for a week. And anyway, so if we can do that, that would be great. And if not, we'll find a day trip here or there and go somewhere and enjoy ourselves. But again, today it's a beautiful sky. Let me just kind of, let me see, guy here today, as you can see. Now there's a little bit of clouds over there that way. So I'm not sure whether that's going to bypass us today. But it is such a beautiful blue sky. Yeah. And those are my flowers on my deck, my flag. Yeah, God bless Canada. And my garden over there. Anyway, which you've seen. But like I said, I've got I have some blossoms now starting on my beans. And so that will be something to be thankful for. And definitely I will. I just got to make sure I got to figure out if I'm going to bottle some of them down, pressure, in a pressure, to seal them, the caps on the bottles. And if not, then freeze or do something with them. Maybe I could make some mustard beans pickles as well, which I'm not sure if I will, but it's just it's an option. I know I was thinking today, now that I'm into July, I haven't got my calendar changed, so I've got to get that changed and check my appointments for July. Oh, I love watching those hummingbirds. They take my attention, sorry. I went Sunday night. I didn't go to church Sunday morning, bad me, but slept in. And I went, they had a service, and I think I mentioned this the other day. They had a service with our church, not preaching such, but two churches coming together and just bringing songs of worship. And it lasted almost 2 hours. So we had our church, let me think, how many did we have? We had the organist, and then we have the pianist, and 1, 2, 3 guitar players, and drums. And they sang some songs, and three of them, like there's 3 ladies and 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that sing, that play and sing in the CCC church here in Minto. And the United Baptist Church Minto, they had 1, 2, I think, was it 2 women and the pastor. The pastor played guitar. One of the women played the organ, I believe, or whatever it was, an instrument there. And the other lady sang, but they all sang. And they did a wonderful job. It was so good to have them. Plus, we also had a married couple, and they sang a few songs from the community roundabout. And he sang at our church before. Now, it was a really good time. There was people I had never seen before. They had come in. We had met. Somebody came in a few minutes late, a husband and wife and their daughter. And so I introduced myself to them. She told me she was from Portugal, and his family was from Brazil. So they had just moved here probably a week and a half ago or something like that. She didn't really understand a lot of English, but I tried to speak with her, just to offer some help, gave her my name and phone number. And so making arrangements to be there for somebody new to the community was a great thing to do. I thought I'd want somebody to do that and not only but there was a woman sitting behind me friend of mine who did the very same thing. And to welcome people to the community is important so that they feel they know where to go, because because we're in a village, there's not a lot of places to shop. There is a resource center, and you can get clothes there pretty cheap. And there's a food bank there. We have a dollar store. We have a food land. Very pricey because we're 40 kilometers from Fredericton, our city, and then 15 miles away from another shopping where you can shop. It's called No Frills. That just came into that area. Used to be Independent Grocer, but their prices are pretty pricey as well. So if you need to get a lot of groceries, I would go to Fredericton. And anyway, they needed just some information on where they could get some cheaper types of furniture for now. And so we gave information on that they were in Fredericton. And you can go online and just tell people that, look, you're looking for a few things, and the community is very great here, and you can either get them free or you pay very little for it here. The people are very generous, and which is a good thing. And yeah, it is kind of starting to cloud over. My husband's been away whippersnipping today, and he got that done, so he's on his way home. And just waiting for him. He's going to stop at a friend's, and because this friend would like him, needs some help at his home. So he's going to stop and talk with him for a few minutes. I have leftovers for supper for my husband, potatoes and some chicken. And I think I will have some just beans and maybe a piece of bread for supper. I love maple beans, so I think I will just be lazy today and just do that for myself. I might cook up a few eggs because I always keep ahead on my eggs. So I might boil up half a dozen or a dozen eggs and put them aside in the fridge. So if we just want to grab something really quick, we can. And we can either make egg salad or just have the boiled egg, take it and take the shell off, and whatever we want to do. I just take it and put a little bit of salt on it and eat it, and that's, and then I've always got fruit on hand, and fruit's quite costly, so I try to get the clementines and some apples, but bananas, things like that to have on, and then keep dried cranberries, and for my cereals and stuff in the morning, I put that on top, or walnuts or almonds, things like that. And being a diabetic, I'm not always on guard and watching what I'm doing, but I try somewhat. And anyways, just every day is a new day, and actually I'm feeling pretty good, other than I get pain in my thumb, the whole area of thumb. Usually every year I have to get cortisone shots. Now my new doctor won't do that for me anymore, and just tells me to use Voltaren. Well, when you can't pick up, when you can hardly pull on your top or something like that, it hurts so bad in your hand. I'm not sure that's going to be a lasting thing, but I will deal with that until I can't. And anyway, my husband has a birthday this week. He'll be 78, and not sure what we'll do on that, but we'll see. We'll see what he wants to do. So anyway, I just hope you're 2 more days for the U.S. to have their 4th of July. I didn't even go see the fireworks. I guess even in Fredericton, the fireworks were good, they say, but they only lasted 8 minutes long. And I can see that because the price of all that is just unreal. I wouldn't be bothered with that. Just have a family gathering. And I think just being with family is more than, it means more than anything than all those traditions, and or getting together as a community and being there for one another is more than all those types of things that you can do that they have on every year. It's a waste of money. Put it into the community to support people who are having a hard time to get by, So, yeah, so anyway, I think it's cooling down. I can tell a little bit of difference. I wish I could check on here, but I can't. If I do that, then I lose my video. And I'm not really sure, I don't know how to do a whole lot of this, so I'm just doing it and hoping that I have some followers that will enjoy just listening to an old fart. And been there, done that, and I'm still here, and gone through a lot of things. Probably not any different than you, and so I just wanted to come again today and to apologize for yesterday. When you give me a message, or you you share, you subscribe, you're blessing me, and that others can see it and send a comment. Like to know how you're doing. To the woman who wanted prayer, I would love to know how you're doing. I pray for a gentleman. His name is, oh golly, Mr. Ford. And he just had surgery. He has had a colostomy bag on, and don't know what the other one is, one for urine and one for the bowel. And he's had cancer for years there. So he was in the hospital for the past 2 weeks, out of town in Moncton. And he got home yesterday, I believe. My husband went there today to do weed whacking. And they only gave him a 50-50 chance. So I'm not really sure how. My husband was just pleased that he was still with us, and that God has him for a reason here. My husband tries to talk to him about the Lord, but you can only say so much, and it is up to them to choose, because there is coming a day when God calls us home. Our life is taken in the snap of a finger, and we didn't see it coming. And whether it be a heart attack or whether it be cancer, like I said, I've had cancer 3 times, and God still has me here. My sister had cancer for a year, and she went down to almost nothing in her weight. And I so wished it had been me, because I know the Lord, and I don't know whether she did. She knew of the Lord. We were raised by, and we had uncles in our family who were Wesleyan ministers. And my great-grandmother was a Christian lady who would go to the and bring my mother and maybe some of her siblings, the younger women, Grammy's grandchildren, to the tent meetings that they would have back in her day, when my mom would be about 12. Now, my mom was living, she would be 94 next month. And she probably was about 12 or so. And I know that she was on her knees at that time there. But things happen in our life that no one knows what goes on in their minds and in their hearts. So I have to trust that my mother's with the Lord as well, and that my sister is. And because we all have a path that we choose, and we take that path. But know that one day the maker of heaven and earth is going to bring us all before him, and he's either going to say, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant," or "I never knew you." And they might say, "But I did all this and this." But if you don't trust the Lord with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and confess your sin, repent of it, turn away from it, that God, you may not have actually repented, because repent means to turn away. And I know I have failed in that way so many times. And I come back every day and I say, "God, I had those thoughts, or I wasn't very polite today, and that wasn't kind of me. And I don't want to ever hurt anybody as I've been hurt, or I don't want them to feel that they're that I'm more than them, because I'm not. I just want to love each and every one of you, and just want you to think about it, right? Just think about there's coming a day. Like I said the other day, the unclouded day. He's coming again. He's coming soon, he's coming soon. With joy I'll welcome his returning. It may be morn, it may be night and noon. I know he's coming soon. God bless everybody today, this beautiful July the 2nd. And may you have a fresh blessing upon you. May you call unto him, the maker of heaven and earth, and he will hear you. It says, "Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show you great and mighty things, which you knoweth not about." You just don't know. And he tells us we can talk to him like a friend, just like I'm talking to you. And I don't sit here and talk to my other friends like this. So this is something I'm doing just to draw closer to other people that I do not know, and I'd love to know. So I will be your friend. You just need to comment, and if you need prayer or just somebody to talk to, I am here. May God bless you and keep you and watch over you. And you have a wonderful and great day. Bye for now.